Hey everyone, so welcome to my room. It is the first day of redoing the bedroom and I'm excited to get started. So this all kind of started when John brought home these signs for the back wall. He brought home the signs and he was like, where should we put them? Where should we put them? Like, our living room is done and like our kitchen is done. And I was like, let's hang them on the back wall behind our bed. And he was like, I didn't even think of that. And it kind of really brought to attention how much this room is really forgotten. I've never filmed in here because I feel like it's a bit personal. Our room kind of lacks that like personality, and I feel like our room is one of the most forgotten rooms. I mean, we sleep in here and I love it, but it is something that is like pretty private. So I wanted to redecorate, but at the same time add function and purpose. So I have developed kind of like 3 strategies for attacking this room. First is I established problems that are easy to ignore, especially if it's 2 busy people in a space that we don't really spend much time in. I mean, arguably 8 hours a night, but it's not somewhere we chill. So one of the established problems was we don't hang out in here. Yes, we have a whole house to hang out in, but your bedroom can be really special. And I mean, I've lived with roommates and stuff for years, so my bedroom has always been my sanctuary kind of thing. Another problem is it feels masculine, not a girly environment. So a lot of the things in here, you know, John and I both are collectors of antiques and vintage, and there's been a strong focus on John's things in this room, or like traditionally masculine kind of things. So I feel like not only is it a place we don't hang out in, but it's not super inviting. There's just like some harsh colors and corners and items in here that don't really flow. So I feel like it's not an inviting space to me necessarily. So this is on here again. It says not cozy, no place to chill. The room is kind of small and there are aspects of the room that make it hard to decorate. We do have a chimney that creates a little bit of a jut out. And then we also have 2 massive pieces of furniture. The bed, which is a queen size bed with a headboard and footboard. And we also have John's dresser, which is pretty big, dark, taller than me, so it's not like I could decorate beyond it. Like, there's not really much place for like a mirror above it. So I feel like because of these things, it makes it a little difficult to be like an inviting space because there is not much functioning flow. Which brings us to the next problem, which is clutter forms. There's not really much space and there's not really like a flow, like I said. So in the little open corners, there is just like clutter problem. It's not like we need to be on hoarders or anything like that. Like, it's very daily clutter, like leaving some tools on the bureau or like throwing a backpack in the corner. John's clothes are just dirtier than mine. If he's throwing his work clothes in the hamper, I tried to create a system where he would have a separate hamper than me. And because of that organization system has taken up so much space. I feel like if I could create a better system, then there would be more flow and more livability to this space. So the final established problem is it's not really decorated with intention. So like I said, we're both collectors, and I feel like the way we treat it now is almost like scavengers. Like, we go out and we find little knickknacks and like a little squirrel, we bring it home and hide it in this room without intention. So you can see in this room that we have posters that are literally taped to the wall, we have photos taped to the wall, we have like little hodgepodge knickknacks and things like that. And I also feel like the decoration isn't mature. Now, I don't want to say that I want an adult bedroom, but I do have a little bit of a problem with posters taped to the wall. So I feel like because of that, there is not much intention. And some of the, like, we have a vintage poster from like 1970s that's literally taped to the wall. If we could give the decor more intention and more purpose, it would solve all of those problems. So to tackle these problems, the first thing I did was establish zones in the room. The established zones are the bed, dresser 1, dresser 2, my corner, which is just like the side of the bed I sleep on, John's corner, front wall entry, and fireplace. So obviously there's no fireplace in here, but we do have the radiator and the space above the radiator, which is where the chimney is. So when we built this house, you might remember, I think it's an episode called like Time Capsule. There was a brick chimney in this house, which is actually, John turned it into all the ducting. So like I guess heat and whatever can go through this chimney, but it is pretty protruding through the house. It kind of creates an issue in the living room and as well as in our bedroom. So I am calling it the fireplace area. And you'll kind of see it really does have like its own zone. So these are my goals for this bedroom, and they're realistic goals, and I feel like I should meet them because they are so realistic. So my first goal is cozy and inviting to hang out. So obviously like our bedroom is kind of a private area, but if we have friends over, like I never close my bedroom door, not ever. Maybe it's because I have cats, but it's just not something I do. I know that my bed challenges like feng shui because our feet face the open door, but we don't have a lot of options. So feng shui literally wouldn't work unless we got a different bed or got rid of the chimney. So I want to create a space that is open and inviting. Mature decor with intention. That's my next goal. And like I kind of mentioned, things are kind of like hodgepodge everywhere, and I feel like that clutter, maybe it makes it hard for me to sleep, or like things aren't done with intention, and I just want to give things more purpose. And by mature, I just mean like less dorm room and more homeowner. Function without clutter. So this is my next goal, and I feel like with this, the hamper, you know, that situation created kind of a lot more clutter than it ever was intended to. And I also have like a dresser and like a side table that kind of creates more clutter than it does add function. So I just want to add function to spaces where clutter kind of forms. So my final thing just says cute factor. So I would love for this to at least be cuter, little cute factor. And in parentheses, I wrote plants. I feel like my signature in this home has definitely been plants. So a couple plants, a little bit of cute, and I feel like that would really change up everything. I went to the store yesterday and got some pieces, so I'm going to be working on this room, and I'm trying to keep my budget under $100. So that is also my final goal. So hang out with me and stay tuned.
So the first thing that was pretty important was to clean and get organized. Like here's some socks just on the dresser, some trash, some old DVDs. Like there was a lot of things in here that we had been holding on to from moving and stuff, and it was just important to clean up. So with a deep clean, I put all the curtains in the wash. They had been collecting fur and stuff. It's important to clean that stuff, especially if you have allergies like me. And just wanted to clean the windows, like really start with a fresh canvas that was as clean as it could be. Here's a pan of the room, and you can kind of see that clutter and things not having a proper space are the biggest problem almost, other than things not really making sense together and decor just being put wherever. Ugh. So cleaning up was crucial. Also, I found a lot of random things that definitely had better homes in our house and not our bedroom. And then I decluttered my closet as well. So I've had this little crate in my life for a long time. You guys might recognize it as my bedside table. And because our bed is a lot taller and the room tends to get dusty, I just wanted to put some table legs on it so it would stay off of the floor. So I got these little table legs at Lowe's. I think I spent about $24 total on the 4 legs and the kit. You could probably get cuter or taller ones on Amazon. Trust me, these were the best ones at Lowe's. So you can just attach these little pieces to the bottom of a crate if you decide to do something similar. It was super easy. They sell these things right next to each other at Lowe's, so me not knowing their name is totally fine. I didn't stain or finish these because I felt like they looked good with like the raw crate, and I didn't want to change my crate at all because it is vintage. Am I abusing this word? So look how cool that is. I love that. I think taller table legs would have been cooler, but this is what they had at Lowe's, like I said. You could probably check ones off of Amazon. I'll find some cool ones and link them below. So this was cool for me. This is where I keep like my books, my nightstand items, chapstick. So having those things right next to me was pretty awesome. So next I have this tapestry, and you heard me say like dorm decor earlier, and I wasn't necessarily coming after this poster or this tapestry, but I just wanted to make it more intentional. So I got this dowel from Michaels, and I'm just going to roll the top of the tapestry across this dowel. I see a lot of these like yarn kind of tapestry things going on, or things like wrapped in dowels, and I really like them, and I guess they're just a hint more adult than tapestry on the wall. I didn't want to get rid of this thing, but I definitely wanted to upgrade it. I see a lot of people with it now, and I just wanted to make mine a little bit more special, and I really got into it apparently. So I got this jute string from Michaels as well for $1. Jute is like what's up right now. So I originally marked it with black electrical tape, which you can see through, and then I went back later with clear masking tape. I use tape in case one day I don't want it to be like this anymore. Permanence is frightening. So here it is. I think it looks cool. I think it takes up more space, and we have pretty tall ceilings, so I really like the vibe. It feels more intentional. So next I got this hamper from Burlington Coat Factory. It was only $12, and I think it goes with like the metal and the jute and everything like that. I definitely wanted a hamper that was like wrapped in rope. That was like my idea, and this was like a great compromise of what's trendy and like what my idea was. And then I got this little rug that has pink in it to hit that cuteness factor I was looking for. I think pink in the home is so beautiful and not something that you should be scared of getting into. My filming room has a lot of pink accents, and I think it looks really good with the hardwood floor and to my eyes. So this space became so much more functional and more open and clear than the 4-tier hamper mess that was there previously. So my curtains are out of the wash, and I'm just going to use this leftover jute string that I had. Please, I hope that's what it's called. And I just use these to tie. So before, you might remember, I had these in a knot, so I think this just looks more adult and functional. So I straightened up this area on top of the bureau, which was mostly just cluttered with trash and Adam Sandler DVDs, and I got this poster frame from Michaels. So if you buy one of these poster frames, I did spend around $30. Maybe look for a better deal, but I love the poster frame. And then I just got some white pillowcases from Ollie's for $1.99. I wanted white bedding to contrast the black bed frame, but since I'm too afraid of getting white sheets, I just compromised and I got white pillowcase covers, and then these jersey sheets we already had in our closet. They're like white and gray stripes, so I thought that was a good compromise.
Hey man, can I come in?
You may come in.
Can I grab the heating pad?
Yeah, it's on this side.
I tweaked my back.
You okay?
Yeah, I guess I didn't give my back enough time to heal up.
So I found the dark blue comforter in John's closet. I think he must have got it for Christmas and just never really opened it. I washed it and threw it on the bed, and I really like the blue. I think it looks beautiful, it looks fall, it looks professional, and it really bounces off the sides really well. The fluffy blanket I got from Ollie's a couple years ago, and I think the white pillowcases do the justice.
Hey everyone, so it is day 2 of filming of redecorating my room. I feel like everything is really coming together. The room really needed a deep clean, but I feel really good about how everything is turning out. and I feel like everything really came together and I'm really good. Well, I'm kind of flirting with the top of my budget. There's only 2 zones I have left to like address: the fireplace zone and the front wall. So for John's side of the bed, we talked and he has a nightstand over there. And he said that he really wants the nightstand to stay how it is. I offered to like resand it for him and restain it because it has like some drink rings and some damage to it. But he said the damage is from his childhood dog, like kind of gnawing on the corner, and he said he would prefer to keep it there. And I just like love that. But he asked me to just leave it how it is, so I just tidied up that area for him, cleaned it. He has like a lot of vintage skate magazines over there in his little area, and it's like a pretty cool look and something I'm excited to like have incorporated in the space. So that area is just tidied. Other than that, I mean, I created a piece of furniture like with my side table, which I've always had. So now it has a lot of function. It's getting a lot less dirty from like not just being on the floor, and I could put like a pair of slippers underneath. It's really awesome. I grabbed a mirror from Target, and I also had one other empty space. So I grabbed a plant from Whole Foods, and I had a little planter pot from my apartment. So I just replanted it in the planter pot. Because it's going to stay on the ground, I actually sprayed it with some product that I had originally bought to keep the cats from scratching the couch, and then I figured that was a lost cause.
So John had a couple of these pictures taped to the wall, and you know me, I love these grid things. I feel like they add a lot more purpose and they feel mature to me, so I'm just going to keep using them. So I secured them with some tacks because we weren't hanging up anything heavy like in my filming room. You can check out that full tutorial on how to really secure those to the wall. I'll link that below if you want something larger. But I had a few of these left around, and I thought it would be a really great way to just like incorporate some knickknacks and his photos without like buying frames and having that whole thing. So some of them are just taped up, and then others I used binder clips. Then I just clipped up some SEPTA tokens and other cool knickknacks to just bring the whole space together and to just add texture. And I think it looked pretty good. It only took me like 2 minutes to do this, and that way there aren't just pictures taped to our wall.
So here is the room completely finished. So the bed area has been new and improved with some darker bedding, which we already had, and then some striped jersey sheets, and then I just added white pillowcases. I was really nervous about buying white sheets, so I think this is a good compromise and saved a little bit of money there. So the signs are vintage, and so is the light fixture over here in my zone. Here is the improved side table, the new hamper, a rug with a little bit of pink for cute, and then the tapestry with the new string and jute tie. I hung up my Mike King flash. As for the entry wall, the poster is now framed, and it makes such a difference. Everything is on this grid now, along with this like little antique throwing knife thing. I kept that the way it is to stay in budget, but I did clean it off, and I think it looks a lot better. Here is the plant. I liked it on the floor, so let me know what you guys think. Should I just put it back on the floor? I had this cube, and I kind of like it off the floor as well. It'll keep the cats away. This is what it looks like from far away. This area stayed the same. I just cleaned it up a little bit. Here we have the fireplace area. Added this mirror here. I love the way the mirror looks. I think that it opens up the room a little bit more. It adds kind of function to this fireplace space, and I love how it bounces the light off. Like I said, there's not much we can do about this structurally. I really like it. I think that it will also help us getting ready in the morning. I think it's really beautiful. Over here, I just straightened up this area, making the magazines a little bit more visible, and then John's ukulele and a sign, as well as tying these. So we discovered at night, if you pull this down kind of low to like here, it keeps the curtain kind of closed, but then we can still use these deep windowsills as like a display. So I have some vintage Rust-Oleum on display right here, along with some old-fashioned barbering clippers and a Bronco pin, and that way you can still see the tree outside as well, but you can kind of slide that thing down for privacy. And then that is everything. That is the entire room with these upgrades. So overall, I love the room. I found myself hanging out in here over the last 24 hours, and I also feel like I just feel better. One of the things I was concerned about is that it would feel like there was a lot of clutter, and I feel like the loudest design element of the room are the two like vintage signs above the bed. But I also feel like those are some of the most important things sentimentally. So with that in mind, it wasn't necessarily driven by design, but more along the lines of like something that is collected and to be proud of. So basing the design around that is obviously going to create kind of a loud element, but I actually really love it. Like I said in the beginning, none of this has to do with feng shui. This is kind of just like creating a space that we want to hang out in, and that can be functioning, and also like that has functioning flow and is decorated in a way that's complementary to our lifestyles and stuff. And I think that that's exactly what happened, also while staying in budget. Here is a little list of everything I bought, and all of these things came to $125. So it was really the mirror that pushed us over budget at $37. I had no intention of buying the mirror, and on my Instagram poll I said, would you like to see like an American flag there, which I already have, so that would have been free, but I actually love the addition of the mirror, so it only took us $25 over budget. The next most expensive thing was the poster frame. Other than that, I saved some money by just using bedding we already had and just like sprucing it up, changing the pillows, and I think that orientation is really cute.
You wanted to leave and now you want to come back.
Olive. But I think, you know, for staying in budget and really trying to utilize everything I already had and just try to make it function more, I think that I did a good job with that. Also, I found so much spare change cleaning up that there might be $37 in here to make up for the mirror anyway. So let me know down below what you think. Did any of this help you get inspired, maybe to clean your room or pick up any of these tips? I love you guys so much. I had so much fun making this. Thank you so much for voting in the poll on Instagram. You can follow me on Instagram at Qcknd, and definitely give this video a thumbs up. It always helps me know what kind of videos you want to see. I was encouraged to film this, but honestly I would have just done this by myself, so it's always fun to include you guys. I love sprucing up my house and getting little things for my house any way possible, so give this video a thumbs up if you like content like this, and don't forget to subscribe. I have an entire playlist all about the building and construction of this home, and I also add other little home videos to that playlist all the time, so you can always check that out. I love you guys so much, and until next time, bye.